Hey, it's Eric with PDRC, and a few weeks ago they had went ahead and announced that they were coming out with a new Typhon roller that was inspired by Team Losi Racing on the tuning. When I heard this news, the only thing that came to mind was, "Dear God, why? Why would you do that?" Mostly because whenever I was doing on the track, the Losi brand bashing guys would sit there and just give me so much crap for having an Arma. And then Arma teams up with Losi, and it got me straight to the feels. A lot of folks in the shop have been giving me a hard time with little love notes saying I love Losi, Losi fanboy, #1 Losi fan, and then even putting notes on the door talking about, hey, we're getting the new Typhon roller inspired by Eric's favorite company. So to those guys, screw you hippies. Well, I was actually looking to open up the box and hate everything I could about this car, just because of the bad blood and having to deal with track bullies. But honestly, when I opened up the box, I was a little surprised. Now, this was, and actually opened it in front of a customer. I thought it'd be dishonest to open the box on camera and pretend like I'd never seen what was inside of it. So we're doing it this way, just keeping a little bit of my soul. When I opened up the box, the first thing that the customer noted was that there was these little plastic bits inside, and the tack screws and these little arms on the side here. So we'll go over that here in just a minute, but the other thing that you notice immediately is the extraordinarily vibrant colors. They did a really good job on the finish. There's a lot of metallic in here. I know it's purple and pink, and there's some folks out there just saying they can't rock it. Honestly, a 6S shell will fit on this just fine. But for this vehicle here, they've got got the metallic in here. They actually changed over the decals so that it matches up a little bit better. So if anybody looks closely, the little red lines that would be in there that are supposed to be, the scaffolding that you would see inside the buggy has actually been changed over so it matches the exterior a little bit better. I thought that was actually really well thought out, and kudos whoever did that. They did a really good job on the decaling, to the point where someone actually stole some of the decals off the sheet. So that was how it came. I was sitting there going, oh look, it comes with pre-theft. That's about the only bad thing I can really say about the car. When you open up the shell, you're actually going to see that they've done a lot with this chassis. I mean, some folks look at it and they think, oh, they just changed the coloring on the anodization, but honestly, no. There are so many different tune points on this vehicle. I don't know if you can see it really well on my camera, but you can adjust so many points, your camber, your pitch on everything. You can, these little plastic bits that it comes with are actually so you can affect your geometry. And the hangers are actually metal. I mean, that was one of my major things out on the track, was this was plastic. First time I had a race and popped that sucker, you have to take that whole plate off to get to that one annoying screw at the bottom. This is already metal. They did a really good job thinking this out. The pan actually looks good, even with the Losi logo on the bottom. They did a really good job with the car. I hate to say it. The tires are phenomenal. They look like they're going to grip really, really well on the track. I like the closed-off design. I know some folks are, not a fan, but when you're racing and you're going to catch a lot of hell in your tires, it's kind of nice to see something that has that good solid surface on it. At least it is for me. That's a preference on the track, so this was actually a really welcome change. They also added in these guards in the back over here. So I used to have to get my stuff all gummed up back there, and I made my own rock guards. This is long before other companies, and I started making their own. But I used to have a set that was kind of homemade, and God, I hope they would hang out, and then some days after the track I'd go pick them up because it wasn't really designed to be on there. So seeing something like this already built into the car, it was a really nice addition. All in all, I think they did a pretty good job on a lot of the aspects. They did make the servo mount out of metal. The servo horn is Spectrum etched, so that tells me it's going to be a 23 tooth servo horn. If you're not using a Spectrum servo, then you're going to need to make sure you have a servo horn that's set up for it, so standard 25. Then past that, the book that it comes with actually covers a lot of the tuning. So you can go through and you can change a lot of the aspects of your vehicle, but they give you all of the details inside on how to change what points and what it'll do. It also includes a sheet on, so if you're out there and you're tuning your car, you can actually go through and you can go ahead and figure out what's the best setup for the track that you're running. I don't know about you, but whenever I was running different tracks, I would have my own little cheat sheet on the best setup, the best fluids, how to make the best adjustments, and what pitch and angle for that particular track. Well, they went ahead and gave you a workout sheet here, so you can go out, figure out your various tracks, write it down, have everything, and that way you can have your oops kit all set up, or your track field box set up with what you need to get the proper geometry for the venue you're going to. So this is actually set up really thoughtful for racing. Now the two bars that are on the side, if you want to take off these little rock guards and put these side guards in, you can. Some folks think that you don't need the rock guard or the sand from going in this way. Some folks like to run a smaller pitch because they feel like it gets better airflow. It's dealer's choice on that one. Whenever I ran my Typhon on the track, I always just kept these in here. Heating was never an issue. But then again, I also ran my 6S car on 4S, which is exactly what I'm going to do to this one. I'll be running this on 4S. Also, on a side note, I did try to put a double stack of 3S batteries in it just to kind of see, and no, you cannot fit two of the smart batteries, G1 or G2, in this and put the lid down. Doesn't matter to me because I'm making it 4S anyway, but if you're thinking you're going to go with a double stack 6S, not going to happen. Single cell only if you're going to go with 6S. But the 4S battery fits perfectly in there. So this one's going to be rocking a G1 Spectrum 4S battery, and probably going to throw in a Firma 150 with a 2050 kV motor, and maybe set it to about 24 tooth just for the track. Nothing too silly, but still kind of tall for the top end. I also like to race it on 50% and then bump it up to 100 for the jumps, but that's just me. Anyway, so the car is actually really well done, and I'm sure that my life of living hell will continue from my coworkers, but in the meantime, I do like what I see, unfortunately. They did a really good job on the design. I'm going to take it out on the track on Sunday, give it a few bashing sessions, see how she does, and then I'll give you an accurate report of what I think. And yes, I will be extraordinarily critical because I'm extremely biased. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you found this informative.